What's up, Yugi nerds? It's your boy Reaper here, and today's video is going to be slightly different. There's no decks to profile, no packs to open. It's just me talking to you guys. This is a new video series that I'm going to start called Draw for Turn, where I just kind of talk to you guys about the card game that I love. And also throughout the series, I will be bringing in guests and such to also talk about their experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! And their love for the game and everything like that. So without further ado, let's draw for turn. Alright, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been a very staple part of my life throughout my 25 years. I first discovered the game through my brother, actually. I was just a little kid. I was in his room and I found these trading cards. They were shiny and pretty, and I was like, "Oh my god, these are awesome!" I just remember being like, "Oh, how do you use these? Like these are cool." And of course, my brother, being a little bit more knowledgeable about the game and everything, you know, we dueled, if you want to call it that. Basically, he sat in front of me and played cards, and I sat there and looked at them and attempted to try and play. But from there, it was just like, I want my own cards. You know, I want cards. I want to be able to play. And within a short amount of time, my grandmother, who I will refer throughout this series as Meemaw, who is my favorite person on this planet. I absolutely love her. She took me to Toys R Us back when they existed, when I was a kid, and I will never forget it. I still retain this memory, like, rather clearly. We went to Toys R Us, and that day I picked up a starter deck Kaiba, a starter deck Yugi, a Blue Eyes White Dragon toy, a Dark Magician toy, and 3 of the VHSs of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, like the anime. Yeah, I said VHSs. That's how long ago it was. Back when Toys R Us sold cassettes, you know. And from there, I rewatched those tapes over and over and over again. And I played with the cards and the toys and everything. Like, of course, I was a child. I didn't know the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! I just knew the knowledge that I had from the show. So I played, you know, schoolyard rules, where you're basically just playing out the actual anime. But yeah, that's how I got started in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like I said, I was a small child. I was like maybe like 5 or 6 when I first discovered Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's how I got into the game. So, like, if it wasn't for my grandmother in that particular moment in my life, I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh! Would have been such, like, a monumental part of my life. And I mean, throughout the years, there were Christmases, there were, you know, birthdays and everything, where I just acquired more and more and more cards and more Yu-Gi-Oh! Memorabilia and everything like that. But also, you know, as a typical child, you grow up, you go in and out of hobbies and interests. And that happened with Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I got older and I was like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's for kids. You know, I went that stereotypical, like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's not cool. These cards are stupid. Oh, you still play Yu-Gi-Oh? You're a child, and all that. And you know, little did I know that Yu-Gi-Oh would become one of the most important things in my life. Like, and even through those phases, like, I still managed to find my way back to the card game. You know, like, I'd go forever without playing, and then be like, oh, you guys are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, what cards you got? And I was like, oh, I bet my deck is better than yours. You know, because back then we didn't play by the rules. We didn't know we didn't know official tournament rules back then. So it was really cool. It was really fun. Just seeing how Yu-Gi-Oh! Evolved over the years. because I stopped playing as a child, and then went into like middle school, and it kind of picked back up for like a short spell there for a little bit, um, and then I left it, and then came back to it shortly after that, and that's when synchro summoning became a thing. And I was like, what is this new summoning mechanic? Why are these cards white? Like, what are these? What is this? And that was around the time that, I was getting up early for school, and I would actually catch the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds in the morning before I went to school. And of course, that reignited that fire that I had for the game. And once again, I didn't really know official tournament rules. We didn't really play at that point in time, like, we could grasp the actual like basic rules of Yu-Gi-Oh, but we didn't know about like ban lists, forbidden lists, and stuff like that. Me and my friends, we didn't keep up with that. We didn't really think about it. So, and then from there, once again, it kind of died out until later. Got into high school, and I found my group of friends that introduced me into like anime and like video games, like stuff like that. And they started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, oh, this is familiar territory. I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh. So once again, we started playing, and around that time, XZ summoning came out. So I had to learn a entirely new summoning mechanic once again, and I was like, okay, what is this? Why are these cards black? What do you mean these cards don't have a level? You summon them by lay. What? I don't. It was like, all right, okay, it's simple enough. I got it. So, and then after that, once again, after I graduated, I kind of put Yu-Gi-Oh to the side. Didn't really touch it again for a handful of years after that. And then the next thing I know, I came back to it. I was like, well, let's see what's going on in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I feel like playing some Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's see what's going on. And by that time, I skipped the Pendulum generation of Yu-Gi-Oh. I was away from the game from the XZ summoning all the way. Like, my next introduction into the game was Link summoning. So not only did I have like the Pendulum mechanic that I needed to learn about, but I also had Link summoning that I needed to learn about. And as somebody that was on and off with Yu-Gi-Oh for like my entire life pretty much, it wasn't too difficult to grasp the concept of how to summon these cards, but it was still like a ginormous learning curve, because the last time like that I stepped foot into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, like the last time that I was just like, I want to keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh. At that point, it was like, okay, but if I'm going to play it this go around, I'm going to play it and take it seriously. Like, I'm going to play by whatever the official rules are. I'm going to learn it all. I'm going to learn these new summoning mechanics, and I'm going to play the proper way. So at that point, it was a pretty ginormous learning curve. There was a lot of information to take in, a lot of things that I had to remember. There were a whole lot of new cards that that I had to learn and pick up on, and it was very overwhelming at first, which I think is very common in today's Yu-Gi-Oh with new players coming into the game. They think, oh man, I remember Yu-Gi-Oh back in school. You play these monsters and everything like that, and then that's it. And it's not. The learning curve for new players at this point is so intimidating, because the game has gotten a whole lot more complicated over these last few years, and there is a lot of knowledge and stuff that you do have to learn, especially if you're going to play any kind of like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, if you're just trying to play casual Yu-Gi-Oh, then there is a little bit less that you need to know going into it, that you will eventually pick up and learn. But going in, like, if you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to get back into this card game that I played as a child, but I want to play competitively, there is a whole lot of information and stuff that you are going to have to pick up on, learn, and make sure you have down pat, especially to play at a competitive level. There's still stuff that I misplay and everything to this day. Like, there's still stuff that I'm like, wait, I read the card wrong, can't do that. Or there's an effect that I try to activate, but it's like, oh wait, I don't have a target for that, or stuff like that. Or I like miss card timings. It happens. It happens. So to any of you new players out there, don't feel bad if you misplay. Don't feel bad if you miss timing. Just try your best. And if you are new to the game, just kind of discuss that with your opponent. Just like, hey, I'm kind of new to this. Just I please have patience with me. Like, I'm still trying to learn. Like, go to locals. Go to your local card shop and just watch. Sit down and play like a few casual matches with some people that you don't know. One, it is a great way to make friends, because I've made a lot of friends, like just sitting down and playing this card game with people. I've made a lot of like really cool friends, met a lot of really cool new people. And I think that's also a really big aspect of this card game as well. It's like, for me, I could win, I can lose, either way at the end of the day, as long as I sat down, had fun, and conversated with these people about this card game that I love so much, about this game that I love so much. As long as I can create that bond with somebody new, it doesn't matter if I win or lose. I could be 0-3, which kind of happens more than I would like to admit. But for me, it's just like, at least I had fun. I got to sit down and play the game that I love so much, and meet somebody new and gain a new friend out of it. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for the introduction of this series called Draw for Turn. Like I said, this series is going to be pretty much just me discussing Yu-Gi-Oh! And talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! With you guys, as well as having some guests on here to see how they got started in Yu-Gi-Oh! And their experiences in the card game and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We have some really cool projects coming up, and we also have a really cool giveaway that we're going to do. We are currently 20 subscribers away from 100. We're trying to reach that 100 mark. I know that's not very big, but for a small channel like us over here at the Stream Squad, that is really cool for us to see that we have managed to gain 100 subscribers in the short amount of time that we've actually been creating content and producing content for this channel. We do have a planned giveaway once we hit 100 subscribers. I will be announcing that later on, like more in detail as to what's going on with that. If you guys would like to potentially be a guest here on Draw for Turn and share your Yu-Gi-Oh! Story and everything like that, make sure you join our Discord. Link is in the description below. Join our Discord. I am currently reaching out to some of my friends and some of our followers and subscribers to see if they would be interested in potentially joining me for an episode of Draw for Turn, and telling their story, telling some cool little tidbits about the card game for them, and just how it's helped them out through life, how it's changed their life, stuff like that. Because as hard as it is to believe, shiny cardboard made for children has impacted like grown adults' lives. Yes, it has. You could deny it all you want, but it has. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a staple in my life. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite things, and I just can't explain it. It is literally like the one thing that no matter what, if I put it down, I'm coming back to it. So at this point, I'm accepting my fate. I'm not walking away from the card game anymore. It's here to stay. It is a permanent part of my life. But anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please make sure you, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, like a good memory you have with the card game. Whether it's you met your best friend playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you won this tournament and all that. Whatever it is, whatever your favorite memory of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, if you guys would like to tell your story here on the channel, join our Discord. Join our Discord, hop in there. Make sure you also check out that Stream Squad merchandise. We do have that really cool Yugi Nerd merch. So if you are a Yugi Nerd and you want to represent it, make sure you go check out that merchandise. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Going into end phase, ending the video here. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye!